Hey everyone, I want to thank you for joining me here on Striker Game Time, and right now Nintendo has finally shown us what the Nintendo NX was. And instead of it being called the Nintendo NX, they have deemed it the Switch, the Nintendo Switch. Now this console that they have released, to be honest with you, it's actually a very interesting piece of machinery, to be honest with you. I mean, mainly due to the fact that it seems like Nintendo is trying to turn a mainstream home console with the ability to make it in handheld as well. And it's a rather big handheld. From what I'm looking at, it looks like it's about the size of an old Game Gear, but with a bigger screen. And it looks very interesting. It seems very versatile. Like you can do a lot of different things with it. The mere fact, like this right here, the controls being able to come off like that. The fact that the system basically automatically comes with two controllers because you got the controls on each side. So if you got like friends coming over, you can just got the controllers off, hand them one part of it, boom, there you go. You're in the game. Simple as that. Now, my other question is in regards to that 360 looking controller that they got right there. Is that going to come with the system, or is that something you're going to have to buy extra? Because that would really suck if you have to buy that extra and just have basically just the base stand of the Switch and the main console of the Switch, which is the tablet-like device. Now, I've actually read up a bunch of different stories in regards to the Switch, in regards to how Nintendo is finally opening their doors to third-party developers. Okay, I think that's the main thing that's really been killing Nintendo lately, especially in regards to the Wii and the Wii U. They were not really branching out to third-party developers. They were mainly just developing and publishing their own games, and I think that was a real problem that Nintendo was doing. Was why they weren't really in the market. For the last, say 2 generations, it's mainly just been Xbox and PlayStation. It hasn't really been Nintendo throughout the entire thing. So now, they seem like they're about to branch out into third-party companies, third-party developers. So that's a plus. And it also seems like they are trying to make a move on to esports, as you can see here. Now the thing is, I think the only way that they can really truly get into esports is, of course, with Splatoon, like they showed in here, and then of course also if they were to add in Smash Bros as well. Now the question is, will the Nintendo Switch have its own games? Personally, I believe so, simply because of the fact that the cartridge, as you saw in the trailer, is going to be actual cartridges, not going to be discs anymore. So they're going back to that, and since they're doing cartridges, well, I really doubt that the 3DS games are going to work on it because there's no touchscreen. So that basically means they're not really trying to knock the 3DS off of the board. It's still pretty much a very viable platform that they want to grow with. But they also have a console here which could double as a home console and a portable handheld system. Now, from what I'm seeing in regards to some of these videos they're showing of the games that the Switch is playing, it looks like it's going to be a pretty powerful system, probably as powerful, if not more powerful, than what the Wii U and the original Wii was kicking out. So the question is, now I've actually also read this in the story that they're not going to release any more information about the Switch until next year. That kind of sucks, but what can you do about it? Absolutely nothing. So the next question that we're obviously going to get the answer to next year is, what will be the actual specs for the Nintendo Switch? I was about to say NX. The Nintendo Switch. So that's what we really want to know. I mean, since the screen is so small, I very much doubt that the screen itself will be able to handle 4K and HDR and all the other new technology they got coming out with the games now, especially in regards to PlayStation and Xbox One. But the question is, when you switch it over to the TV, when you hook it into that stand so it can play on TV, will that be able to handle HDR or 4K gaming? That's the question. Personally, I don't think so. I think Nintendo hasn't really been a graphics juggernaut in the last few generations, so I very much doubt that they're really going to go in that direction. They just want to get fun games out there for folks to play. Now, personally, I haven't actually played a lot of Nintendo games in the last couple of generations, maybe because of the fact that I've never had one. I've been mostly, in this last generation, I was mostly Xbox 360, and then I switched to PC after E3 2013. I think you understand why. So I've mainly just been Xbox and PC. That's basically all I've been doing these past 2 generations. Now I haven't. It's not to say that I don't like Nintendo. It's not like that. I mean, I do kind of disagree with some of their practices, especially in regards to YouTube. But that's for another day. But I think that, like, if I'm over someone's house and they're playing Smash Brothers, hey, I'm all for it. I will sit down. I will play Smash with them. No problems. I'm not like, oh my god, you're playing Nintendo. I'm not playing that crap. No, get that out of my face. No, I'm not doing that. If they're playing something that I want to play, I'm going to play it. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the simple fact that they were not accepting a lot of third-party, I mean, they had a couple of third-party games in the Wii and the Wii U's initial release, but then it's been nothing but Nintendo afterward. So I think that did kind of hurt them, and I think they kind of learned their lesson, because now they are trying to go in a different direction. They're trying to do third-party development. They're, and the system that they release now, will it be able to compete with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4? That is the question. And also, is it too little too late? Because, I mean, right now, Microsoft and Sony are already in their second phase of this generation. Okay, you already had the Xbox One. You got the Xbox One S that was just released. Plus, they got the Scorpio coming out next year. Okay, on Sony's side, they already had the PS4. They got the PlayStation Slim, and now the PS4 Slim, and now they got the PlayStation 4 Pro that has been released. That's been released, or is going to be? That's going to be released. I think they said it's going to release in November. So, you got those. They're already in their second phase. Those 2 companies are already in their second phase. But Nintendo, in a way, they're kind of in their second phase. But then again, this isn't. They're not labeling this as a Nintendo Wii. They're labeling it as an entirely new system. But the question is, will they be carrying some of the games that they had on Wii U that struggled because of, how the Wii U was perceived? If they're going to drag it over to the Nintendo Switch. And that means they got to take it out of CD4 and put it on them little cartridges. We'll see what happens. But in my initial reaction to this Nintendo Switch, I think is a very interesting piece of hardware. And I can't wait to see what it's got in store for us in regards to, graphical power. What kind of games are going to be coming out? What kind of games are going to be launching with? Now, they've been showing snippets of Skyrim, but we still don't really know what this entails. So, that being said, I think the Nintendo Switch is actually a pretty decent idea. Personally, I think those little snap-off cartridges, snap-off controllers are a little small, but we'll see what happens. We don't really know, because we get a general idea how big they are, but I got a feeling there's going to be certain games that you'll be able to play with that, but it's not going to be a lot of them. But anyway, Nintendo Switch finally showed a trailer. Thank you, Nintendo. You dragged your feet. You kept us in the dark. You finally showed us something. So thank you very much. And now we just need to know more. Okay? We need to know what these are the main questions I think a lot of people are going to have. What is the tech specs? What games are going to be launched with it? And how is the packaging going to be? Like, is it going to come with the gaming stand and that extra Xbox controller, or is it just going to be the system by itself? let me know what y'all want to know about what this Nintendo Switch is going to be, because I would really like to know what y'all think about this thing. Leave your comments down below. If you like the video, like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Until next time, be cool, God bless, game on. Alright, Seekers, I want to thank you for joining me here on Striker Game Time. If you'd like to support my channel, please follow the link over here to lead to my Patreon channel, my Patreon page. There you can help support the channel even further, help me get equipment, things of that nature. Also, be sure to visit the videos that I have overhead, past videos that I've done. And until next time, be cool, God bless, game on.